So I'm Todd Falker, the global product line team head for Run PUMA. Been a runner basically my whole life. Started out running track and field, was a 1500 meter runner, moved on to marathons, and now do a lot of ultra marathons actually. I have the goal of running 100 marathons. London on Sunday will be number 91 for me. I test all the PUMA shoes, I test all the competition. We got to know what everyone's doing, and that helps us to make better shoes. Yeah, I mean, PUMA's a major global brand. We've been around since 1948, a really rich history when it comes to performance and sport. Our running range, you know, I'm a runner, we're all runners internally. What's really happened in the industry is materials and technology have advanced by leaps and bounds recently. There's new foaming technologies, and you know, we looked at what product lines that we've had and we realized that we haven't been consistent over the years. So when we said, hey, we need a new strategy, we want to be really consistent, what should we start with? We looked at some of the previous things we've done and said, let's start with everything from scratch. Find a new foam, which we have nitro, find a new rubber, PUMA grip, and really start everything with the goal of delivering an effortless run. We want to make shoes, apparel, equipment, accessories, everything to just allow the runner to get out and experience the effortless run. We say that the best runs are when, you know, you're not thinking about your shoes or thinking about other things, you're just enjoying the moment and enjoying the experience. Yeah, absolutely, and that's the job of a product line manager, right, is to look at all of the shoes, make sure that each of them has a specific usage for the runner. If someone hasn't tried a PUMA running shoe in a while, I would actually start with the Velocity Nitro. This is actually the second version that launched in the beginning of 2022. It's a great, durable, everyday, long distance, high mileage trainer. We have PUMA grip. Great rubber, nice decoupling on the heel, and then nice guidance lines as well. And then Nitro foam is really the core of our new performance line. This shoe has Nitro on top and then a little bit more durable layer of EVA on the bottom as well. It's really smooth ride, and then we finish it with a nice engineered mesh upper and, you know, a great kind of comfortable fitting heel. But yeah, this shoe should be really durable, last, you know, 500 miles, 800K, a lot of people have been getting out of it, and work for pretty much anyone. So this would be where I would start for a lot of people. When we relaunched in the beginning of 2021, our hero model was actually this shoe called the Deviate Nitro. So this is more of a max cushion shoe with a propulsive edge, as we call it. It does have 2 layers of foam. So the second version that I have in my hands here has Nitro Elite, which is an even more bouncy foam that we use in our race day product with Nitro. And then that does sandwich a carbon fiber power plate as well. So it's high mileage, it's max cushion, it's really bouncy and springy with a propulsive edge. And then this is you know, a new upper, entire new shoe actually, with a nice rolled collar for a little bit more comfort around the heel, but lightweight. And yeah, this is what a lot of our runners use for tempo runs and high mileage training. Yeah, that's really a great question. Some of the new foams are so soft and springy that it actually can help to have a carbon fiber plate to stabilize the ride and stabilize the foot. So because of the amount of cushion and the propulsiveness, a lot of people can use this Deviate 2 specifically kind of for everything. It's great for training. You can certainly run a marathon in it. If I wasn't trying to go really fast and wanted a little bit more comfort, this would actually be a great choice. So there isn't really any downside to using a carbon fiber plate for daily training. And again, we have, you know, designed this model to be a little bit more durable and last as well. Yeah, and that's a good question. So Deviate 2 being more of the trainer, this is the Deviate Elite. This is actually the shoe that Molly Seidel won the Olympic bronze medal in the marathon in. This is a great lightweight shoe for kind of racing any distance and for anyone. We call it our proven winner. It's about 60 or 70 grams lighter than the Deviate 2. It does have a PUMA Nitro Elite foam, a little bit thinner rubber, and then just a single layer mono mesh, really stripped down, really designed to be lightweight and go fast. To answer your question more specifically, the difference kind of between Deviate Elite and Fast R, we say, well, we know a lot of runners are different, right? And for most people, this is really a good shoe because it's focused on being lightweight and responsive and springy. But when we look at the Fast R, this is really designed more for the elite runner or for somebody that lands a little bit more midfoot to forefoot. So that's where this design comes in. So Fast R again was actually birthed with our innovation team at PUMA, which sits in Germany, around the idea of really capturing the pressure when your foot is fully on the ground, which we call stance phase, and then propelling you forward as fast as can be. It does have a full length power plate that is all the way through the forefoot and does come back into the heel. But what's interesting about this shoe is we have a Nitro Elite forefoot, but then actually a firmer EVA-based heel. That turns it into a more functional rocker, so either you're landing midfoot or if you're landing with a slight heel, we really capture all of the energy in the forefoot and then propel you forward in a really powerful way. This shoe definitely harnesses energy and power. For me, sometimes I find that I have to train to get like ready to race in it. But you know, I'll be actually running marathon number 91 in the DV8 Elite on Sunday. Yeah, that's a great question. I'll give you a little bit of history. You know, in the 70s, 80s, a lot of foams were PU. About 80s and 90s, EVA took over. Early 2010s, we got some ETPUs, and again, these are all, then we started to get into thermoplastics where the rebounds were higher. Most of our nitro foam that's in like the DV8 will use a TPEE raw material, that sort of a thermoplastic. But then Nitro Elite, we are using a PBA or a PBAX. PBAX is just Arkema's branded version of a PBA, which is a polyether block amide. This is where like the scientists and the technical people come in. You know, how I would break that down is to say the PBA foams are, they're able to get extremely lightweight, and a lot of these things are lightweight, but they take lightweight to a whole nother level and don't sacrifice the durability or the energy return. Yeah, we were always planning on relaunching the performance line in 2021. We got really lucky that the Olympics were delayed from 2020 to 2021. We launched in March with DV8 and with DV8 Elite, and you know, people have heard of PUMA, right? A lot of people have the socks and the backpacks. They were excited, I would say half of them were excited to try the shoes, see if they were any good. The initial reviews were absolutely amazing, through the roof good. That's half the people. The other half the people were like, maybe I'll try it, I don't know. And then, like you said, Molly happened, great performance. And you know, people said, well, now I want to try Molly's shoe. PUMA has had great relationships with athletes in the past, and we call that all part of our Faster Plus. Faster Plus means we work on longer lead times, work with our innovation team, and really test in the lab. The most extensive tests are part of our Faster Plus program. And then the last piece is really validating with athletes. So getting athletes feedback, showing them prototypes, getting what things we need to adjust is absolutely essential to making each of the shoes better. And I would really say that's where kind of the difference between DV8 Elite and Fast-R came from, was from athletes saying, when I'm going really fast, I'm really only landing midfoot to forefoot. Is there some way to capture that energy and really propel? So every one of our shoes is tested extensively with athletes, and then it is also great to go to the Olympics or go to the World Champs or go to Euro Champs like I was this summer, and celebrate some of the successes with them as well. Great. Yeah, for sure. I'll repeat again how I started, which is consistency mixed with innovation. We have to keep pushing the envelope, certainly in race day shoes, but even if we can make everyday trainers better, we can and should and will. So I think that there will be more innovation. You know, I can't tell you the full plan that I have through 24, which is going to be an Olympic year in Paris, and even through 25 and 26. But I will say that consistency mixed with innovation is going to be the key story. Runners, when you find a favorite shoe, and we were just talking about, you know, one that was on your foot, you're like, oh, the old one was better, the new one's not as good. Runners hate that, right? So when you have a favorite shoe, when we have, you know, I'm going to hold them all up again, but when we have a velocity that people love, we're going to stay really consistent here. You know, DV8, the first one had some small minor issues. We fixed all of them, made it fit better, be softer, lighter, more propulsive. We're better. We have a new version of this that I'll actually be racing in the second one this weekend, but a little bit more propulsive, foam gets a little bit more responsive. And I will just say, from a long-term perspective, innovation is not going to stop, right? Like, every brand is racing to get ahead, and for us to know the competition, and the same as our people on track know who they're racing against, right? We know who the other major brands are. We know what they're doing, and that's good knowledge. You know, I call it R&D for a reason. We have to research and then design and develop. And yeah, we plan PUMA Running on staying at the forefront of the industry for sure. In summary of all the shoes we've talked about, velocity, great place to start if you haven't tried a PUMA shoe before. Everyday high mileage trainer. DV8, same high mileage, but with a little bit more cushion and a little bit more propulsion in terms of the power plate. DV8 Elite, our proven winner, race day solution for every distance, every runner, every race. And then Fast-R, really targeting elite and powerful propulsion. Specifically, I'll also say Fire Glow. This is the key color that you'll see in autumn 2022, and also on a lot of our track and field athletes. Very excited about that. And then to round out the year of 22, this is our carbon fiber inspired pack with really cool elevated materials, sign-offs, and yeah, a really nice reflectivity as well for Q4. You can get the full PUMA running lineup at ProDirectRunning.com.